this is the Creative Butterfly Production book of the Lioness book that we recently produced instead of the course that we ran. So what I'm going to do for the Lioness Art Club, I'm going to have a look at these just to explain them. All pages are available on Facebook on the Creative Butterfly Project Facebook page, alright, which is public, so you're more than welcome to look at those. Right, the first thing I'm going to do is look at how we spend our time. Now, this is the first exercise. Now, when we don't always have time for ourselves, or we don't tend to put ourselves first with regard to times, particularly if you're looking after a family or a loved one, or you're just working, or you're not in a great place emotionally, and there's lots of things that have to be done. So what I'm going to show today is how to sort of really highlight what time we do spend. So what I'm doing is getting a plate just to make a circle. It can be anything circle. It doesn't. If you want, I think of it like a clock, so that's why I've used a plate. Okay, so I think if it's a clock, it reminds me of time. So I've got this circle, and roughly in the middle is, and I'm going to divide it up like a pie. So I mean, for this example, I've got this dot in the middle. That's just where the middle is going to be, and we're going to divide it up into slices. So I might put my work, if I go to work, that could take up quite a lot of my time, is going to work, particularly if it's full time. So I can put work there. Alright. The other things that I might need to do, it's only like day to day or in the week, or you can do it either for a week or you can do it just for a day, or you can just put everything you can think of that you spend time doing or have to do. Alright, so it might be like, okay, going shopping. Alright, so if I go shopping, so I'm putting that down in there. Then what else can I be doing? Oh, I might go to some appointments as well, so if it's like the dentist, it could be doctors, it could be even hair, if in those days when we had the hairdresser, bless them, we really value our hairdresser at the moment, don't we? We miss them like crazy. Okay, so I've got appointments, shopping, work. Now if I've got like looking after, if I've got a home, I've got somewhere, it might be that I've got washing to do, like washing clothes. It could be for myself, for my kids, or for anyone really, for family, and especially for ourselves. Then that can be clothes. Then obviously we're washing ourselves as well, so that's like a bit of looking after ourselves, brushing our teeth and things like that. So if I put washing, etc., which means as well as other things, whatever you want to call it, okay. And it might be that you have time where you're praying as well, and that can be part of, when you're praying, if it's part of your religion, part of your faith. And then we've got looking after, so we've got children. Then it might be taking them to school. Imagine this is when the schools were open. So it could be like taking them to school, or taking to school. It could be like you might make packed lunches, or you might have to sort out some money for them for school. So it could be lunches. Then obviously taking to school and picking them up, so we've got that, picking them up. If these are, obviously if they're young kids, if they're not, they're older ones, then that's different. In secondary they often just walk themselves, don't they? So, or get a bus or whatever. You might be but you will spend time thinking about them, usually. Are they home? Have they sort of sorted out this or sorted out that, you know, what are they up to? They're in your mind anyway, even if it's you're not physically there or physically doing stuff with them, then you're thinking about them, you're on duty, as it were. Okay, and then it might be like you've got to go to school appointments, that could be under there, I suppose. But school, it could be parents' evening, having to go to a parents' evening. I don't know about you, but I always found it quite stressful, but only because I felt a bit judged, not from, it's how I saw it. I didn't think they were judging me, really. It's just I felt that I would be judged, I should say, because that's not really fair on the school, who were really, really nice. The other things could be like, look, you know, cooking. So making tea. It could be sorting out bills, like the household bills, going to pay things, posting stuff, sorting out someone's birthday, got to send a card. There's lots and lots of things you could be doing. What else could we what could I be thinking of? I've got help with homework. It could be that, or it can be sorting out, making sure they've done their homework. It could be just, and then obviously you've got sleeping. Now sleeping, obviously we can't stay up 24 hours, 7 days a week, not without being incredibly ill. So if you see, there's quite a lot there. And we're thinking, well, what's time for us? I've left a space here and I don't know what I was going to put there. So picking up kids. It could be just sort of sorting, like cooking, tidying up the house, actually tidying up. So it could be cleaning, yeah. I mean, these aren't proportionate. You may spend more time doing other things and that. And I mean, you know, appointments, you would only be a little bit, and tidying up would be probably more. So obviously, you know, this isn't sort of to scale. Just be kind to yourself. It's just sort of roughly right. You're right. The act of writing this down really helps see what you do. And the thing is, where's your time for your hobbies, your interests? Do you read a book? Do you find time to read a book? Do you do any artwork? Do you do any hobbies like, I don't know, sewing, knitting, crochet, seeing some friends maybe, or it may be that you're quite isolated and you haven't got that around you. So this is really, how much time is there for actually you? Where is your time? Yeah? Where is your time? Okay, so that's the reason I'm doing this, is that it's okay to have time for yourself, because I sort of in the groups I use the analogy where they use this airplane sort of analogy. So they have this talk about if the oxygen masks come down and you're with a young child or a child, you put the mask on yourself first, whereas natural instinct might be to put it on the child first, but then you're not going to be looking after yourself, who needs to look after the child after that. So put the mask on yourself first, so you can then be really there and present for the child. So that's why, if you don't have some time for yourself, right, for you, right, if you don't have time for you, how are you going to have the energy to do all this? Because in a way, you're not a robot, you're a human being, you know, and you've got a right to have some time for yourself without the guilt, without anything. And I'm laying the groundwork for this, is for you to do these activities perhaps. You don't have to. I'm inviting you to do them. What I've done here is I've coloured them in, so I might really, to keep a sort of a perspective, I've just got pencils, but if you haven't got pencils, don't worry about it. But at least you can see, you could just sort of really sort of highlight which bits are which for you, and you know, just colour it in and just keep it somewhere safe to make her sort of some record of the fact that you've really looked at this and thought, hang on a minute, and you'll probably end up with loads of, oh, and I do this and I do that. It may not be every day, it may not be every week, but it might be that you're thinking about it. You've got to go and get some such and such. You've got, oh, it's so and so's birthday coming up. Oh, my youngest wants to go to this kids party. I've got to find a present. Have I got any wrapping paper? Have I got any sellotape? You know, all those things that occupy space in your head, and you need this time for you. All right, this is your time. So doing this activity is for your time. It's for you. Okay, if that makes a sense. Hopefully it does.